Hi guys, how are we doing? It's Oggy50 and I've finally done it. After months and months and months of waiting for it to get better and for the new patches to try and sort the game out. As you can see, I've finally bought Battlefield 4. Yes, I know I'm months behind, but I don't really follow trends to be anyway. And when Battlefield 4 came out, I heard a lot of bad things about it straight away with bugs and glitches and that. And to be honest, £50 for a game it's not being sorted or is right for release. I just waited, to be honest, waited in my mind. So what this is sort of my take of a game that obviously is months old now, but it's a sort of look at it from a Call of Duty player's point of view. And please don't turn off. I know I've said Call of Duty, and I know there's always like this massive rift between Call of Duty players and Battlefield players, but I don't understand why. You know, they're both very good games in their own right. If anybody says that I'm just jumping on this for the sake of it, on Battlefield 3 I believe I had about 146 hours played on Battlefield 3. I had the premium, not the premium edition, what is it, where you, it's like the Call of Duty Season Pass but it's the Battlefield version. I'm sure, yeah, it's like premium pass, it cost me another 40 quid. So I have played Battlefield a lot, I played Call of Duty a lot, and this is just my version from obviously playing Call of Duty Ghosts to then jumping on Battlefield 4. I do like what they've done with Battlefield 4. Because in Battlefield 3, the thing that used to annoy me is if you played Assault, you could only use assault rifles. You couldn't, you couldn't use a sniper rifle as a loadout, or a carbine, or an LMG. So like how now, after you've got so far into like the assault class or the engineer class, you unlock the carbines for all the classes, and I think that's a nice little touch now. The customization I think is fantastic. Like for example, Call of Duty, if you want a foregrip, you pick a foregrip. You've got one choice. Battlefield 4, you want a foregrip. It's time to get your calculator out and figure out which one's the best suited for this type of play that you want to do. Or do you want one that gives you a bit more accuracy, or one that stops the vertical recoil, or do you want another one that does this? But another good thing with the attachments for the weapons is to try and keep them balanced, where you will get positives for picking a certain attachment, you will also get a negative. So then you need to select another attachment to try and help you rectify the negative that you've just put on by putting a muzzle brake on, for example. You will then need to put a grip, i.e. the stubby grip, to help counteract the negativity of the muzzle brake you've just put on to try and help balance the weapon out. Customization, again, it's fantastic. The choices you have, the graphics for it as well as expect for next gen. Obviously I've got an Xbox One. The graphics are really good. There must still be some glitches, because there's been a few times now where I've got about 3 hours under my belt now, and there must still be some glitches, because some of the deaths that I've received, I thought Call of Duty were bad with camera angles and whatever else, but I got shot yesterday by a sniper. I can only presume on his screen I was still in clear view, but on my screen when it showed the kill cam, I'd clearly run 5 meters behind a wall, and the next minute I dropped down, and when it panned in, it had to pan in through the wall to show where he was. So I think some of the camera angles are still broken from what you can see to other players, and there's been a few times I've been aiming and I haven't aimed where I want me to aim, where I've tried to aim down but I've ended up going off to left or right, and it seems to go a little bit haywire, which is it's cost me a few deaths as well. So that's a little bit funny. I've experienced that a few times. I haven't experienced any of the glitches, but I've seen a few where guys have gone to jump over walls and they've turned out to be like the rubber band man, and they bounce back and bounce forward. So I think all that's been sorted out. The spawns are quite predictable. Obviously when the full team gets wiped out, you know they're going to spawn the other side. Again, unlike Call of Duty where the spawns are just random. But another thing that I remember from Battlefield 3 that I hated, where obviously you can spawn a squad mate. So if you're just about to take an enemy player out from 10 meters who he hasn't seen you, you then pull that right trigger, and then lo and behold, just to the side of him, his fellow teammate spawns in and then wipes you out. That still annoys me a little bit, but I've only had it 3 times to be honest. The gameplay is great. Again, the graphics are very good. The maps are good. I think a lot of people are put off. I mean, this is me trying to sort of convert Call of Duty players across the battlefield. Yes, the maps are massive, But that's if you play Conquest. If you don't want massive maps, then play Team Deathmatch. You know, the maps get cut to like 1/10 the size or 1/20 the size. If you want, you know, medium-sized maps but a lot of action, then play Rush. It's the same with Call of Duty. These game types to sort of suit your play style. The one thing I think the Call of Duty players will pick up is the recoil. I can now say that all Call of Duty weapons are like laser beams after playing Battlefield for a bit. I forgot how bad the recoil was and how much control you have to put into recoil. I've lost so many gunfights because I can't control recoil. I've put at least 2 or 3 rounds into the guy first, and because he can control his recoil, he's just absolutely leveled me and just smashed me straight away. Even though I've got 2 or 3 bullets into him. The Scar H is an absolute monster for recoil. It hits very, very hard like it used to do, but the recoil is an absolute bitch. But it takes a while to unlock the attachments to help you out. I like the battle packs. It's a bit like the care packages you can pick up in Call of Duty, where you can get the briefcases now in Call of Duty Ghosts and then probably calling it a kill streak or whatever else. The little battle packs unlock certain sites that you might not get through game normally, and it gives you like double XP or extended XP boosts. I think are quite a nice additionals to keep the sort of game ticking over. Overall, I'm liking it. I must admit, I sweat a lot playing Battlefield than I do Call of Duty. I think I was playing it last night and I had to take my jumper off because I was just so stressed playing Rush. I was starting to sweat, where Call of Duty I don't really sweat playing that. I find it quite relaxing. It is a lot slower. You have to slow your play style down quite a bit. If you try and rush around on Battlefield, you ain't going to do that good. If you play it a little bit slower, how Battlefield should be played, because you say that the mature gamer plays Battlefield, but I think that's sort of nonsense, is that? Or the more sensible player plays Battlefield. Everybody's got their own preference. I need to slow down quite a bit from playing Call of Duty. I need to slow down a bit, take my time, check my corners, because say guys do play the objective and people do teamwork in Battlefield. So if you've got to try to get an enemy com on Rush, you will get 3 guys laying prone in a corridor waiting for you to come round the corner to protect that corridor. Where Call of Duty goes, people just go out and try and kill the whore for the entire match and not really care about the objective. Where Battlefield, it is about teamwork and playing the objective, which is some Call of Duty players might like or they might dislike, I don't know. But if you've never played Battlefield before, I would definitely give it a try. It is different, and it will take you a while to get used to the weapons and the recoil and everything else, and driving vehicles and flying helicopters, which I can't fly a helicopter to save my life. But I think you'll enjoy it. But anyway guys, if you enjoyed this video, it has gone on for a little bit. I haven't talked over the gameplay in the background, because if I did that like I normally do, that would probably piss me off with some of the things that might have happened. But anyway guys, I hope you like it. I'm going to bring more Battlefield now to my channel, because I think it's worth doing. So anyway guys, cheers for watching. Hope you subscribe or like the video. Please leave any comments about if you're a COD player playing Battlefield or Battlefield playing Call of Duty and how you feel between the two. Leave me a comment below. And cheers for watching guys, and I will catch you all later.